Shrikant, thanks. And that's HDFC Bank, and it's also not open very high. So you still have the ability to be able to go out and buy. It's a very liquid stock. Watch out for HDFC Bank from a trade perspective. 0.5% higher for the Nifty 50, about 100 odd points, 1/3%. For the Nifty. The bank's flattish though. Wonder maybe it's FMCG which is taking the markets higher. Maybe we'll talk about it. Mid caps up about 1%, so that's the big thing. The market breadth would be very positive because the small cap index is up 1.5%. Usually this is what happens on a flurry day of the Nifty. The small caps underperform and then they start outperforming. FMCG is in the green. Let's pull up the Nifty 50 heat map and see what is actually driving the markets higher, because Bank Nifty was not necessarily very buoyant. Okay, it's a slate of PSUs which are doing this. So NTPC, ONGC, Coal India, Power Grid, BPCL. Shrikant John mentioned about PSUs perking up. They're certainly taking the index higher. Adani Enterprises is up about 1.3% as well. Not a PSU, but just laying it out that that stock is in the green. Adani Ports is up about 1%. Tech Mahindra is up about 1%. So it's actually a varied set of names which are doing well on a day when it seems to be even Stevens between the red and the green, or maybe a bit more green, but clearly PSUs holding fort very, very strongly. 2.5% now up for Adani Enterprises. Watch for that. What's not doing well? Actually, the trade of the last 3 days, just taking a bit of profit booking maybe. HUL down 2%, Britannia down 1.5%, Nestle down about 1%, Tata Consumer down slightly around 1%, and a lot more green now, the Nifty up 0.5%. Well, very, very, very different move than what we were used to the last 2 days. For some of you who might have gone long on the FMCG stocks based on yesterday's up move, well, we'll ask Shrikant if the stop losses have been triggered or no, based on yesterday's closing calls if you took it long. But clearly, PSUs and some of the high beta names are coming back on the index. Wonder if that's the case at the broader end of the spectrum too.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the question we asked Nirav just before open. Do all the FMCG numbers go back into the deep freeze where they've been? But the broader market's doing even better. And 1.5% up on the mid-cap 150. Let's pull up the small cap index as well, 2% up. So that's where all the action and excitement is really being seen. So just a couple of stocks that we want to talk about this morning. We put together that whole basket of sort of TDP impact stocks we've been seeing moving very interestingly since the last couple of days, and we're pulling that up as well. Heritage Foods 10% up again. Ramco Cements taking a bit of a breather. Now, why have we picked this stock? Because some of them are based in Andhra Pradesh. Some of them have, Heritage Food, for example, has some of Chandrababu Naidu's family on the board, etc. So that's how the street is looking at it. Amara Raja, the person who runs it, used to be a TDP MB, Jaidev Kalla, 6% up on that. KCP, another 18% up. This is something Neeraj has spotted in terms of location-wise, close to Vijayawada, which is the dream city for Chandrababu Naidu. Now, defense has also been seeing a recovery. We'll pull up some of those numbers. HAL, remember, HAL was beaten down the last couple of days, about 6% up today. So that's where the story is really going. BHEL has that order win coming in from Adani Group. So that's 8% up for BHEL. Fantastic opening for this stock. Uno Minda, RVNL, all of them with order wins or tie-ups today. Uno Minda, an interesting stock to watch out for in the whole EV focus in Modi 3.0, about 6.5% up. RVNL was the order win, about 290-300 crores from Indian Railways, 5% up this morning. Just Century Textiles and Torrent Pharma, the other two that I'll pull up. They were newsy stocks that we were talking about. Century Textiles has a joint venture for a luxury property in Gurugram, so 6.5% there. Torrent Pharma has seen the nod for a new drug in India. Not moving too much, but not bad. 1% up in the green. So I've picked all the winners, Samina, and I think that's the large scale mood in the markets.
It's not looking too bad for the broader markets.